for hobbies and entertainment and excitement. Hey, so I was putting together some video footage that I took this week and the week before for this week's episodes, and came across some footage that I shot using this camera here on my computer to introduce this whole series that I never used. And so I figured it'd be fun to kind of do a little Throwback Thursday video for you. And so I've cut out some of the long-winded stuff, because you know me, I can be long-winded, and compiled this little video for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Hi, my name is Jeff Biggs, and I'm just a normal guy, just like anybody else watching this program. But I have some hobbies and some interests and things like that I figure would be fun sharing with you. And I'd like to take this opportunity to kind of just give a little bit of a background about what I do, who I am, and build some sort of common connection between you and me. And hopefully some of the things that I share with you in a series of videos are things that are interesting to you and that you can take part in as far as offering comments and sharing what you do for hobbies and entertainment and excitement. I am a graphic designer. I help people build brands like logos, and take that brand and incorporate it across multiple mediums. Everything from print, large format, vehicle wraps, all that type of stuff. It's something I've been doing for about 25 years now, and I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to do that. On my personal time, I do a lot of that, but I also enjoy working on vehicles, on projects. When I was in high school, I had my first vehicle was a Datsun 510. It was kind of a olive green. My grandmother gave it to me. It was 4-door. Both the front seats were broken. I remember having to chalk up a piece of board from the front of the back seat to the back of the front seat so it wouldn't fall back when we took off. Had great times with that 510. First car I started working on. My grandmother gave it to me because she didn't want me spending money on vehicles. She wanted me to save my money so that I can go on a mission for my church. And so I never paid for that vehicle. It was a gift to me. But I used it in auto shop as a way to learn the basics of mechanics and things like that. I'm a very mechanically minded type person. I get things. So that was kind of a thing that I did in high school. Then I sold that car for my very first motorcycle. Grandma was not very happy. But I sold the vehicle and bought myself a KZ 650. Nothing was really ever wrong with it. I had some front fork seals that were going. And at the time I was a bit leery on doing anything with suspension, so I just had a mechanic do it, fix that. But that was a good motorcycle for a long time. I don't even remember what I did with it, because later on, my senior year, a good friend, her mom, who happened to be my seminary teacher, which is a church class that my church has, and in California it's early morning. So about 5 o'clock in the morning, we're at church learning some church things. Anyways, she too, like my grandmother, wanted to help me raise money for my mission. And so they were having issues with their Chevy Chevelle, 1972 Chevy Chevelle. Because I was in auto shop, they decided, you know what, we'll give this to you. They were the original buyers. And you can fix it up and sell it for money for your mission. So I was like, yeah, that'd be great. So I fixed it up. I fell in love with it. I put probably about, I want to guess about $1,000 into it. put new headers on and put big old L60 tires, which were, pretty wide in the back, put some air shocks and did some other things. In fact, the tires and the wheels that I put on it were the wrong bolt pattern. So when the bolt came through, it didn't go in the center. It came off to the side. Not very safe, but it was fun nonetheless. While I didn't get it done, I couldn't get it started before I went on my mission, and so it sat in my mom and dad's driveway or garage until my good friend Ronnie Curl and his dad came, and while I was gone, got it started and everything like that. And mom and dad saw that, oh, it moves. We're putting it up for sale. I got home just in time to be able to drive it around the block a few times on those very unsafe tires. It was sold, I believe, to someone in the Navy. Saw that, and I'm sure they did something wonderful with it. In my mind, I always think, every time I go to a car show and I see a Chevy Chevelle, I wonder, is that my Chevy Chevelle? Is this what they did to it? Dreams of being the one to do that. Anyway, I'm not a mechanic. I couldn't look at something and troubleshoot it. That's where true mechanics come. I can turn a wrench. I can turn a screwdriver. I can take something apart and I can put it back together again. But I cannot test it, tell you what's wrong with it. I can't troubleshoot it and tell you any of that type of stuff. But I've always longed to have a project vehicle. Particularly right now, I've always wanted to have what I call a rolling project, a vehicle that would still run, get me where I need to go, give me the transportation I need, but then afford me the time in the weekends, on the Saturdays, to trick it out, customize it, make it my own. I found a motorcycle, a new motorcycle. Well, not new. It's a 1999 Honda Shadow. It is a VT750 CD or ACE. My plans are, when I looked at it, it's fully running. The guy says he'd been driving on it for 20 miles each way to work and back for 7 months. He told me that the only problem was that there was no cable to the speedometer, so he doesn't know how fast he was going. He doesn't know how many miles he put onto it. That there was new tires. The brakes should be looked at pretty soon, and there was a new battery, and so forth. And so I thought, let's give it a try. Let's see. I offered to buy it from him, and met the guy at 6 o'clock at night at one of my favorite barbecue places in town, and under the light of the parking lot lights, and there were some police officers that came to have dinner at this barbecue place. So for a while we had their lights on so that I can inspect it and take a look at it. Still, with all those kind of lights, it's hard to see problems and issues. Started right up. I hopped onto the bike, took it a ride around the parking lot and everything, handled really well. I didn't feel any wobbles or anything like that. So I made the purchase. Got home, and the rest is history. Please stick around, subscribe to this channel, or go to our Facebook page and share it with your friends and things like that. And you can take part in my bobber project for turning this 1999 Honda Shadow into a customized bobber. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking it out for 11, almost 12 minutes. And hopefully it'll be more entertaining for you coming up soon. Until then, we'll see you later.
been expecting you.